Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. I'm Zoe, the host of the webinar today. We are very happy to invite testers and VRSOs to share their views and suggestions on the sustainability solution today. Their presentation will cover the OEKO-TEX certifications and labels, as well as the importance of continuous improvements on real-time data analysis. We are very happy to have experts from TESTEX and VRSO as our speaker panel today. They are Jocelyn Diaz, General Manager of TESTEX Manila, Mr. Fred Kem, Business Development Director of VRSO Greater China, Colin Leung, Deputy Marketing Manager of TESTEX Hong Kong. This webinar will be divided into two parts. The first part will be about 45 minutes, which will be handled by Jocelyn and Fred Kem on their presentation. The second part will be handled by Colin and Fred, which is about 50 minutes. During the presentation, please feel free to type out your questions and post it in our Q&A columns on the screen. Our speaker will answer your questions after their presentations. Okay, let's start our first presentation. We would like to welcome Jocelyn of TESTEX Manila to start her sharing.
Thank you for the introduction. So, let me start. Great day to all. I am delighted to be with you to share more of OEKO-TEX certifications. Let me start by saying a quote. Sustainability isn't a trend, it is a way of life. TESTEX is committed to innovation, transparency, and social responsibility now and for the future. Actions speaks louder than words. TESTEX welcomes the development of the industry towards a more sustainable and transparent future of the modern times. The consumer mindset has shifted. People want to know whether a product they're buying went through an environmentally and socially sound production process. Only if the whole supply chain addresses the challenges of the industry can we, together, create the big impact which the environment urgently needs. So where are we now in this change? Can we now say we are modern and digitalized? Asia, a source for Asian textiles, is growing at a fast pace since the recession. One major reason for that is that customers' taste and demand. The industry is modernizing because people's clothing taste is becoming more sophisticated. People are now inclined towards buying different and innovative products, which is a major reason for the growth of this industry. The focus then is to provide transparent and sustainable solutions for textiles, leathers, and garment companies along the whole supply chain of the industry. It's sustainability alongside modernization. So how about we start with certification? Certification is into every industry for a reason. It speaks about your advanced profession. It tells how qualified you are and adds stability to your prospective customers. In the textile, leather, garments, and footwear industry, we also need to communicate our professionalism in the whole production process. We also have various certifications, and we, in OEKO-TEX, is one. In the new fashion trend, clients require certification. Certification requires improvements. Improvements requires modernization, and modernization needs sustainability. We, in the textile industry, believes that we need to be responsible in protecting our planet by using sustainable materials free of harmful substance, produced with thought of chemicals, health protection, and workplace accountability, to name a few. By starting to be certified, it may not be investing on machines and equipment to modernize your company, but the certification will modernize your profile as a start. This way, brands and customers will see your company as leading manufacturers in the modern field. Modernization is not just about upgrading your facility, but it's an improvement of the entirety of the business, starting with the process, and everything follows. And in the process, you can now demonstrate through testings and communicate your sustainability through certifications, a way to modernize your company profile. Which brings me to say who TESTEX is and the OEKO-TEX certifications. TESTEX is an independent Swiss testing and certification organization operating worldwide with a focus on textile testing. Our headquarters is in Zurich, Switzerland, and we have 30 branch offices located in North America, Europe, and the Asia-Pacific region. TESTEX has been testing, analyzing, and certifying with a focus on textile sector since 1846. Incidentally, we are proud to inform you that this October 2021, we are celebrating our 175 years. We are long established and has become highly regarded in Europe and subsequently also worldwide for our high-quality services, its independence, and its innovative energy. As an accredited laboratory, we have been awarded the accreditations and approvals by the Swiss Accreditation Services for compliance with the ISO 17025, 1743, and 17065. Having all our accreditations, we do not just test, but we also certify for UV Standard 801, PPE clothing, community mask, and the round-robin test. Over the years, we have grown substantially, opening new branch offices on a nearly yearly basis in the recent years to ensure that we can attend to our customers' need fast, to the point, and in their local language. As an overview, TESTEX started in 1846 as a silk manufacturer, joined in the OEKO-TEX in 1993, and since then, we are one of the official representatives of OEKO-TEX in the world. And in 2018, TESTEX joined ZDHC. So what is OEKO-TEX? OEKO-TEX is a worldwide association of 18 independent research, textile, and leather testing institutes that creates certification and product labels so conscious shoppers can easily select clothing, footwear, and home goods that have been tested for harmful substances. OEKO-TEX is present in 70 countries and has been doing business with over 21,000 companies worldwide and has issued more than 235,000 certificates. Sustainability is a gift for the future. That is why we are introducing OEKO-TEX World's Leading Sustainable Certification, starting with Eco Passport, a certification for colorants, chemicals, and auxiliaries used in making textiles and leathers. Detox to Zero, an efficient verification system for the textile and leather industry, which aims to implement the criteria of the Greenpeace Detox campaign within the production facilities. A tool for the optimization and monitoring of chemical management and wastewater quality. Standard 100 and Leather Standards, a certification and a label for every component of a product which indicates that it has successfully passed a test for harmful substances and chemicals that are harmful to health. STEP, or the Sustainable Textile and Leather Production, a modular certification system for production facilities in the textile and leather industry. Made in Green, a traceable product label for all kinds of textiles and leather products whose materials and production process has fulfilled the requirements of the Standard 100, the Leather Standards, and the STEP. Briefly, in this presentation, I will discuss Standard 100, STEP, towards Made in Green label. The core competence of our business is in testing and certification and auditing. Translating them to figures, We have issued 68 leather standard certificates in 13 countries, more than 600 eco-passport certificates in 36 countries, and according to October 2021 count, over 24,000 standard 100 certificates in 107 countries, more than 600 STEP certificates in 31 countries, and has awarded over 5,000 of Made in Green label. And as expected, it is still increasing as of today. In addition to our certifications being compliant with REACH and CPSIA, we closely monitor other relevant international initiatives. For instance, ZDHC's Material Restricted Substance List and the firm's Restricted Substance List, the brands and retailers' answer to the Detox Fashion campaign, which Greenpeace called into life in 2011. ZDHZ, founded by Nike and other major brands in 2011, to work towards a widespread of sustainable chemistry and best practices in the textile, leather, and footwear industries to protect consumers, workers, and the environment that may mean more to you in connection with SAC. On the North American side, besides the CPSIA, we take Prop 65 into consideration. As Prop 65 does not provide any limits for the harmful substances it lists, and not all are relevant to the textile and leather industry, we monitor the new additions to the list closely, but do not aim to be compliant with it. And then, of course, there are further labels, organizations, etc., which are relevant to the European market or specifically for the leather industry. Next to oil, the textile industry is said to be the second contributor to environmental degeneration by using water, energy, and other resources to produce textiles and leathers. In addition to product design and price, there is a strong demand for the company's ideal way in considering and contributing to the people involved and the earth. What can be done specifically for the task? As an initiative to address the theme of Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, each of OEKO-TEX certifications addresses humans and environment in the context of further production, including measures of hazardous substances. We introduce the products and companies that have acquired this certification. So if you ask why we in OEKO-TEX do it, it's because our mission is to enable the consumers and companies make responsible decisions to protect our planet for us, for the people, and for the world. To be on it, the time to change now begins. Consumers are wanting better options. Analysis of Google Trend data showed that people use the terms sustainable fashion and ethical fashion interchangeably. Searches for both terms have increased over the past years. Sustainable fashion has increased by about 46%. Ethical fashion has increased by 25%. There are peaks and troughs in the search terms over the given years. Peaks are broadly aligned with the annual Fashion Revolution campaign, suggesting it is driving awareness and interest in the topic. 70 out of the 200 major brands reviewed by Fashion Revolution for the Fashion Transparency Index are publishing a list of their first-year manufacturers where clothes are cut, sewn, and finished. 38 brands are disclosing their processing facilities where ginning and spinning, wet processing, embroidering, printing, dyeing, and laundering typically takes place. 10 brands are disclosing some of the facilities or farms supplying their fibers such as viscose, cotton, and wool. The Pulse of the Fashion Industry updates reveal that more than 50% of consumers plan to favor brands that act more sustainably. But how do you stand out in the crowd of these hundreds of eco-labels and distinguish yourself to become relevant in the end consumers? We, from OEKO-TEX, wanted to find out. Who are our customers? Standard 100 is a worldwide, consistent, independent testing and certification system for raw, semi-finished, and finished textile products at all processing levels as well as accessory materials used. Its perception is to provide end consumers with a reliable, third-party, independent product label for non-hazardous products that are tested. To contribute to a high and effective product safety for the textiles and materials from a consumer's point of view, OEKO-TEX works with extensive criteria catalog during its certification process with regards to human environment. Tests for harmful substances take into account important legal regulations such as banned azodyes, formaldehyde, pentachlorophenol, cadmium, nickel, and more requirements from the US CPSIA regarding lead, numerous harmful chemicals, even if they are not yet legally regulated. That is why we ensure our fundamental parts are in check. Standardized worldwide, tests and certifications are only issued by 18 authorized OEKO-TEX testing institutes. There is a yearly reassessment. Tests are regularly controlled. We look into process quality management system to ensure quality assurance in place guarantees the product conformity. An every 3-year site audit is also conducted, hence leads synergetic effects. The concept of OEKO-TEX test for harmful substance is based on modular system. Certifications are possible at every stage of the textile value chain from preliminary stages, starting from raw materials, the fibers and the filaments, raw yarns to finished yarns, textile fabrics to finished goods, and even its trims and accessories like the zippers, buttons, elastics, threads, and even labels. In effect, each and every component can be certified one by one. Certification cost can be distributed across all production phases. This will establish reliable relationships among business partners and suppliers. It leads to faster processing and avoid multiple tests that leads to a cost reduction. The tests are basically based on the respective purpose of the textile and materials. Hence, the principle of the more intensive the skin contact of a textile and more sensitive skin, the stricter the requirements needs to be fulfilled in terms of human ecology. Babies requires extra protection. That is why OEKO-TEX has broken down its product classes to 1. Textiles and materials for babies. 2. Textiles and materials whose surface mainly come in contact with the skin. 3. Textiles and materials whose surface do not or minorly come in contact with the skin. And 4th, for finishing and decorations material purposes. As a rundown of our criteria, we put in check product quality, substances that are harmful, banned and controlled substances, biologically active and flame retardant substances. OEKO-TEX certifications and labels strongly speaks that through our rigid test, it gives assurance to manufacturers and end consumers. The production process and product safety in the supply chain are checked rigorously, and that our label is well known and recognized around the world. Today's consumers want high-quality textiles that are harmless to their health and made in facilities which are environmentally friendly and socially responsible productions. And this is why OEKO-TEX has developed STEP. Sustainability in the textile field is the next logical move to do. This certification offers support for brands, retailers, and manufacturers who successfully meet the challenge of sustainable production environments. This certification system enables companies along the textile value chain to publicly document their commitment to sustainable initiatives in a clear and transparent way. So what is STEP? STEP stands for Sustainable Textile and Leather Production and a certification system for environmentally friendly and socially responsible production facilities along the supply chain who aims to continually improve production conditions and health and safety in all business areas. Starting with the concept of comprehensive analysis and assessment of sustainable production conditions, STEP takes into account production steps and requirements in the supply chain, and this includes chemicals and their use, environmental performances, environmental management system, social responsibility, quality management system, and the occupational health and safety. STEP assesses performance for the entire production chain. So, who do we assess in the production chain? The dry and wet spinning, twisting, and related processes, weaving, knitting, production of non-woven and related processes, pre-treatment, dyeing, printing, finishing, and related processes, making up of textiles, manufacturing of accessories such as zippers, buttons, elastics, and even labels, manufacturing of foams and mattresses, textile logistics, and other non-agricultural fiber manufacturing. The certification process includes an online assessment tool for the collection of all required operational data, as well as a final company on-site evaluation by OEKO-TEX auditors to validate the information provided in the application. Facilities must meet at least 70% of basic criteria and 100% of exclusion criteria to be eligible. STEP certification comprises of three-level scoring system. Level 1, the entry level, must meet minimum requirements. Level 2, good implementations of best practices with further optimization potentials. And Level 3, the exemplary implementations of best practices. A classic complete certification process includes a web-based assessment, the validation of the data provided by the applicant, and an on-site audit. At the end of the process, the evaluated company receives a STEP certificate and a detailed report, including the result of the online assessment tool. The associated STEP certificate includes both a final overall rating and the individual scoring for each of the 6 core modules. It is valid for 3 years and renewable as long as the client desires. The objective is not a one-off process that ends when the certificate is issued. It is rather a continuous enhancement process towards sustainable working and production conditions. So up to what extent is STEP 100% transparent? The assessment tools allow certified companies to review sustainability scoring of their individual companies' areas, as well as how their overall score has been calculated. At the same time, companies can use this evaluation to identify individual areas for optimization. Earlier I said the fashion trend has changed. People want to know about what, where, who, and how about the products they buy. The market's demand changes. Study shows that half of consumers worldwide want safe products made with respect to who and where it was made. 60% sounded off the importance of safe textiles and home clothing from harmful substances. 53% to environmentally responsible production workplaces, and 54% to socially responsible clothing production. People, most especially the parents, are even more concerned about the dangers and show great interest in the problems that are a lasting burden to the world that their children inherit. Furthermore, our global consumer study indicates that consumers like to know the values and principles of the brands of clothing they buy. They want to know what small steps brand makers have taken to be more sustainable, even if they are not fully green. So be that makers who are concerned for the future, our children's future, and the next generation's future. Let us go green. So what does our label mean? It means that when your products and its processes has been certified by Standard 100 and the production process is certified with STEP, the best part is that the products of the brand, your finished goods, can now carry the label of Made in Green. Having said, our Made in Green label makes it easy to buy responsibly. Because when you buy products with Made in Green label, it means that it is made in an environmentally friendly facilities. The products and consumers are safe through testing from harmful substances. It is made in socially responsible and safe workplaces. And transparency is ensured through supply chain traceability. Further studies shows that global consumers are more inclined to support brands that cares about the environment and not just profit. They want to have a contribution in making the world a better place. And they create an impact based on their decisions and actions. Having a Made in Green label will build consumers' confidence that they are contributing to the betterment of the world, even in just the clothes they buy. You, as manufacturers and brand builders, are one player enabling these consumers to make our world a safe place to live in. Healthier lives towards our old age is possible. A future, a game changer, assured of what the product standards possess. Everyone are on board, you are deserving to be in the market. So what's in it for you when you become one of the certified companies? As a third-party independent label, OEKO-TEX label is a helpful marketing tool enabling companies to transparently document their responsibility with respect to product safety in terms of human ecology. You will have the opportunity to present your company and product portfolio free of charge in our online directory, the Communities database. It is your customer gets to use as their sourcing platform in getting only certified materials and products. This means that they are sure that when a supplier and a company is in this database, their products are tested for harmful substances. The big data is an ideal advertising platform that attracts international attention. Thank you for listening, and I hope to have most of you on board our OEKO-TEX certifications. Once again, great day to all. Bye!
Okay, thank you, Jocelyn. Now, and we would like to have Mr. Fred Kemp from Viasos to have his presentation. Fred, your turn.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to being invited by the TESTEX and also Estes to join today's webinar. So before I start today's webinar, maybe I just want to introduce myself. Myself is Fred. My name is Fred Kemp. I'm based in Hong Kong. Now I'm working for Viaso. I'm looking for the business development for the Greater China area. So I think today I am very honest to present you a topic about the sustainability solutions, and our topic is importance of continuous improvement with real-time data analysis. Okay. So before we start today's topic, maybe I just want to show you a very simple agenda of today's. I think I will, divide our today's webinar into three parts. I think the first part I want to discuss with yourself about what is your thinking about the sustainabilities, and the second is about Riaso, and finally I just want to also discuss with you about what's the next. Okay, what can we do? Okay, so now we start the webinar. So I think first, again, thanks for joining for today's webinars. I think I don't know what is in your mind. Okay, I think different people may have different impressions about the sustainabilities. So, how about you? Do you think that is this only a request from the market? Is this only just for better business image, or do you think that is really critical factor that can keep your business to survive in the future or even now? So I think that this is this I like this comment very much because most of the time we are trying to do things to showing people that okay, I have that too, okay, but anyone think that after you doing this, is it really doing good for the industry? Is it really doing good for yourself? When we keep talking about sustainability, why sustainability? Does anyone can tell me uh, what is the definition for the sustainable manufacturing? Why I put it in a sustainable manufacturing? Because I understand that most of our guests, and even including myself, actually I work for the manufacturing field for over 20 years. All my footprints are across for dyeing mills and also for the fabric mills and also for the IT support, lean manufacturing, and also for garment cutter, variety of things. But of course, mainly related with the sewing business. It means I'm the man that who knows most of the part about the garment, bag, and footwear. For me, I think before we start the topic, we need to understand what is sustainable manufacturing. So I think this is one of the picture you can find in the internet. I think for my understanding, I think for Europeans, usually they will have a very fair and also high standard to forward for the sustainable and sustainability. So I take the sustainability guide of the EU to see how they define the sustainable manufacturing. Okay, for sustainable manufacturing, I think is like most of the people think. Yes, we're all talking about the process. Okay, we need to optimize the process to minimize the negative environmental impact. But in short, how we do it. So we can find in a different prospect, and this is also a very hot topic, okay? Because you may aware that there's a power shortage in different countries. We even from the United States, from the India, and even currently from China, okay? So the first thing if we want to sustainable manufacturing, first we need to conserve our energies and also natural resources, and also we manufacture improvement around assembly with abilities, disassemblability. It becomes the norm of the industrial environment. I believe that most of the people have heard the idea, but does anyone think that how to achieve it? But of course, we have different ways. Like TESTEX, we can do it by the certification. And how about we also? What is our suggestions? Before we go to the suggestions, maybe I'm just spend quickly with you what is and who are we also first. And actually, we also is powered by Impactifer. Okay. Impactifer is a company already established over 18 years. Actually, they focus on the quality checking in the factory for brand. Usually, the brand is the leading apparel and footwear brand. You can see in the right-hand side of the screen. There's some brand name you may know, like Adidas, H&M, and also New Balance, Tom's, Karen's. Okay, why they want to do it? Because I think, of course, everyone want a very good quality goods. That is everything starts. Okay, and also when we check, okay, there's some defect unit. How we do it? Usually, I think for Impactifer, they already have a very good knowledge to tell the factory how to optimize the process. So I think it is very aligned with what we understand for the sustainable manufacturing, and also give them a way to transform their business. Okay, it means that also hit the topic because it can help the company to produce less waste. How we do it? Okay, I think it's related with the white first time ratio. I think sounds quite perfect, right? But in the reality, I think the world comes very fast, especially for nowadays. The travel is not normal yet, okay? But based on the new technology, here I can sit with you to even have the webinar with you. Even I'm in Hong Kong and just in Philippines, but we can still working. So our company saying in the same way, we need new technology. So that's why in 2018, actually we have our own digital manufacturing execution system. Okay, it helped the business to become a more transparency in the workforce because we think that okay, what can help the customer to overcome the difficulty is we provide the real-time measurements for them. We provide the real-time measurement that you can check everywhere in the world. So for me, I think just like what I said in the beginning of the in meditation, no measurement, no management. So you can see for our product, I think we are also providing you software as a service, a manufacturing 4.0 solution. You can see it's not easy to establish an MES a solution. You can check in a McKinsey a simple factory solution. We are in a very high IT technologies. Okay, how high status of the technology I can show you in the next few slides. Yes. How does it work? I think first, you can see a tablet over there. I think this tablet is also our intelligent property products. It means that for we also is not only provide you a platform to sharing the data, to give you a place to analyze your data, but also we have our own hardware. I think each workstation is provided with the world first short-linked, non-touched RFID enabled tablet. Is this tablet, and every tablet is allowed to automatic real-time product flow tracking. Because I know some of the company they may use the QR code, but QR code actually is not is much more easy to master. But for the RFID, there even no way to collect the record. So it means that it's true data, real-time data. So that's why we pick RFID as the basics of our technologies. Okay, and I think how we do it, because when we capture the real-time data, measurable data, actually we will capture the artisan. Here I use the word artisan because we also want to enhance the workers' skill level, so we call it artisan. Wherever we can record the cycle time, output, productivity, efficiency, work in progress, or the states. So it provides you a digital change management tools to promote and creation a zero defect continuous improvement culture. That's what we also want to help you to do, and also let you to produce less waste, conserve more energy, and right at the first time. You can see, I think, how we get this number, I think, because just like what we said, I think over the last few years, we already did project in different areas. It includes in China, it includes in Laos, it includes in Egypt, it includes also in the India and China. So I think we take the mean. I think for Viaso, actually we have our own lean consulting, and also we have our own IT product and hardware. Usually, I think we can get improvement in 9 weeks. And also from the beginning to the end of the 9 weeks, usually your white first time will increase like 34%. And also the productivity is we call it the pay per person per hours, because we based on this for the footwear factory can improve 31%. So this is a very amazing increase. You can just use in the beginning of the first 9 weeks, you can get this result. And this is already averaging for different area factory. If you want to know more, I think you can text me to have more information after this presentations. And here I'm just show you some idea for what the data come from. So you can see actually we also have the big name in the footwear to already adopt our system, like Paraders, KH, and Emperor footwear. And also on the factory side, I think how we help them. I think first, nowadays we get the order usually is small quantity but big variations. So at the old day, we just keep doing the big manufacturing, big order, maybe not completely can meet the need. Okay, and now how we do it, it also provides tools to share the key performance matrix and KPI to highlight your factory strength and differential factor to your customer, because I think customer we become picky. They want to know more about how you do it, how you become in a very sustainable way. It means that, of course, sometimes it's related with the price, but of course, for the company itself, it's also important to keep their production in a lean way. And just like what I said before, for the RFID data, actually, is a data without transformation. So it means that it's a real-time data. Based on that data, actually, we can also provide you a root cause analysis and finally help you to resolve a corrective and preventive action plan. I think this is every manufacturing should look in this area. It's not only to please your retailer, it's also for your own goods to how to build the manufacturing in a more sustainable way. And of course, after that, you can have a quicker speed. And at the end of the day, because you produce less weight for the product, so you will become more sustainable. And of course, we have the team to help you to setting up the right approach in the dashboard, measurement, KPI. So it means that you will have a target to improve your factory. I think this is not only talking about just give you data to how to measure your QC, but it also breaks down to the different KPI to help you improve your QC. I think that is the main difference for us, because I know that some of the QC software, they just show you the result, but they don't help you to analyze and correct the result, and that is what we also do, and helping you to become in the more sustainable manufacturing way. And just like what we said, I think the major is we have the Rfid technology, we have our lean transformation team, and finally we also want to work interactions with the worker, and hence to increase the level of the manufacturing. And also we have 3 different products. One is we also live, we also supply, and we also learn. Because today's time is so limited, so I think now I'm just introduced about we also live. I think just like what we said, we also is a Industrial 4.0 digital platform to provide real-time quality, productivity, and speed performance data to meet every increasing demand for today's customer. Okay. I think this is also just what we said. Finally, we want to help you to increase your speed, improve in your quality, cost, and real-time visibility. And here, I think is all more or less the final page of today's presentations. I think we want to work more, because we all know that for ESG is also one of the very major factors. And you can see in this screen how we also can help the company to contribute in the ESG, because now ESG, even we buy a stock, okay, we will see what the company, what the business can do in the ESG. So how we do it? I think first, for the environmental, actually we have for the weight reduction, reduction in the reject way, reduction in the recut way, because we do it in the right first time. And this is how we do in the environmental. And for the social things, I think because we get a better understanding of the addition cycle, about the machine cycle. So I think give you a more chance to manage the labor. And finally, because you complete the first 2 parts, so you will have a more good in the business ethic, and also corruption and instability will be gone, because all the data is put under the sunlight. It is quite difficult to make the false data. So I think all in all, I think that is a very short introduction and about how we can do for the sustainability. And the last topic is about the next. because I understand that today's is a very short conversation. If you have any questions, actually, I understand that for the organizer already prepare some Q&A section. This is my, have my name card over there. So if you have any questions, just feel free to drop me the email, and I will try to reply after this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fred, for your nice presentation. Okay, before we move to Q&A sessions, I would like to invite all of you to fill in a short questionnaires from us. We would like to get your feedback on our webinar. If you still have any other questions about the presentation, please put your questions on the Q&A column on the screen. Our speaker will answer your questions in the Q&A sessions. Thank you very much for filling in the questionnaires. Now let's move on to the second part of the webinar, the Q&A sessions. Now we would like to invite Colin and Fred to answer the questions that posed in the Q&A column. Let's have Colin to answer the question first.
Hello, thank you, Fred. Thank you, Jocelyn and Stewie. I'm Colleen from TESTEX Hong Kong, and I'm here to answer your questions to TESTEX and OEKO-TEX. I see a lot of questions on the chat box already, and some of them are quite similar. So I'm trying to group them together because we don't have much of time. We have one like how many different standards in OEKO-TEX? Purpose of OEKO-TEX. What is the main purpose of OEKO-TEX? How to better manage chemicals. Okay. As we can see on the OEKO-TEX profile that Jocelyn saw on her presentation, we have 6 certification and labels in total for different purposes. Eco Passport, Standard 100, and Ladder Standard are more on the product level for harmful substance testing. We test chemicals and dye-stuff colorants under Eco Passport. We test finished the product like garment and home textile and their components like chains of fabrics under Standard 100 or Ladder Standard. So these certifications are more related to product testing for harmful substance. Step by OEKO-TEX and Detox to Zero belongs to production level. Detox to Zero are more related on chemical management, which can be fully integrated into Step by OEKO-TEX now. We aim to help factory to advance the sustainability level through the 6 modules with STEP, which covers like quality management, social responsibility, environmental management, and performance. So STEP is more comprehensive, I would say. So to answer the question, how to manage chemical pattern, I would say Detox to Zero, STEP, and Eco Passport are more related that can help you. The purpose of Make in Green is to communicate and educate the consumer how to make a better choice that are good for our environment and humanities. So all in all, the purpose of OEKO-TEX, I would say, to make use of this certification and assessment tool to help the textile industry to achieve the sustainability goal. Okay, let's move on. Here we have some questions in Chinese. One of them asking how to get the full picture or the full list of restricted substance list. We also have similar question like changes and new updates for standard 100. Why new standard released recently, not next year? Requirement updates about OEKO-TEX. Okay. For these chemical list or restricted substance list, you can actually find from TESTEX and OEKO-TEX website a document called the standard, and there is a limit value table inside the standard, includes everything for different certification. For example, you can find the all restricted substance list, the CAS number, the limit value, and also the requirements. You can find everything there. For this limit value table, it's actually updated annually by OEKO-TEX. Normally, we do it in the beginning of the year, like January, but sometimes we will update the standard twice. For example, like last September, we have a mid-year update. You can check from our press release. Of course, I don't have time to go through the new changes one by one, but you can for sure get the detail from our website and also press release. And if you can't find it, please feel free to send us an email. We will send you right away. It's also good to subscribe TESTEX social media or newsletter in order to keep yourself posted on OEKO-TEX issue and new changes. Okay, let's see more questions. I see some questions related to ZDHC. For example, like what about ZDHC compliance of STEP? STEP vs ZDHC. The MRSL of STEP already covers all chemicals banned by ZDHC, and our chemical list also cover all substance and parameters required by ZDHC wastewater guideline. As I know, OEKO-TEX is also on the list of ZDHC as accepted laboratory for wastewater testing accredited institutes. So, but I also want to point out that apart from STEP, Eco Passport is also recognized by ZDHC organization as MRSL Conformance Indicator Level 1, 2, or 3. Actually, TESTEX work with ZDHC closely. Recently, we have developed an online training program called the TESTEX Skill Up Series 2021, which includes some free online training. I think it should help you to have a deeper knowledge regarding OEKO-TEX, ZDHC, and their relationship. So if you have interest, please send me an email and I will send you the enrollment form. Okay, let's find more questions. I want to find something about making green. Okay, it's really free to apply for MIG. how can I get it as a buyer for my product? Okay, I would say yes, Make in Green is really free, but the label issuer should be very clear about their product, and the labeled good should be fulfilled the related criteria. For example, the finished product have to be certified with standard 100 or letter standard, and the makeup facilities means the manufacturer of the finished products must be STEP certified, and any involved supplier with wet processing or chemical process should be also STEP certified. But of course, we have some exclusion rules, like if the components, the weight of components is less than 5%, or if they are metal or plastic accessories, the supplier are not necessary to be STEP certified. So back to my point, Made in Green is free, but the buyer or the manufacturer should understand their support very well, and they have to communicate with their suppliers to get standard 100 or STEP by OEKO-TEX, or they choose the certified supplier on their production. Okay, I think we don't have much time left. It would be the last question, and I want to pick up an easy one. Okay, how can we verify if the products I bought only are really OEKO-TEX certified? Okay, one more. Test QR code on image with cell phone. This is a simple question, but a lot of people ask us. If a product are labeled, no matter for standard 100 or Made in Green or letter standard, there should be a unique ID. With this product ID, consumer can check check it from our OEKO-TEX website, which is called the label check. You can find it on the menu bar, as I remember, on the top right hand side. So with this number, you will see if the certificate is still valid. Also some information like the product description and the product cost. For Made in Green, you can even check the location, if the factory is STEP certified or not. There's a lot of information you can trace immediately on our online label check system. And yes, you can also check this information by scanning the QR code. Okay, I'm afraid we don't have time. So I'm sorry that I can't answer all your questions. So please feel free to contact us for OEKO-TEX issue or any other textile testing question. I see some message that you want us to send you the PowerPoint presentation. I will talk to the speakers and see if we can put the file into the follow-up email of this webinar. So once again, thank you, Fred, thank you, Sri, thank you, Jocelyn, and thank you all of you for your participation. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Colleen. And then, Fred, can you help to select few of the questions to answer?
Hi, thank you to stay for the Q&A questions. As I told during the presentation, you can see my name and also my title and also my email in this slide. So I think now I'm waiting for the people to send me the questions. So after I saw the question, I will reply it. But if you have more questions you want to ask after this Q&A section and this webinar, so please mark down my email address next to me. So if you have any questions, actually you can send to me anytime. So I think let me check. Is there any questions over there? Okay, so I saw the first questions. Okay, the first question is that what if anything different for our, I think it means our package from the other vendors in the market. So I think this is a very good question. Thank you. The first of all, I think for Viaso, actually we have our patented technologies. When we mention about the RFID technology, actually we are using the ultra high frequency RFID patented technologies. Why is this important? Because it enables our manufacturing execution system. It means that including the tablet or phone of the each station, it can be connected in a very good and also ensure the traceability. What's the result? So at the end of the day, that technology can allow those the retailer brand to obtain the real-time factory performance KPI, which can be used to replicate the best practice. What do you mean by the best practice? The best practice means whether it is on the perspective from the material vendors, material, the worker efficiency or effectiveness, and also the machine reliabilities, also the working capital required. So it gives you a very transparent real-time data for study and also analyze. So it means that it can creating digital twins that will significantly rise the performance across the whole manufacturing ecosystem. This is very important. And one thing I think is definitely differentiates Viaso from other vendors is that we have leveraged 18 years of our experience on transforming footwear and also apparels supply chains to design the Viaso Live digital platform. It means that we are designing our platform with our knowledge, with our technology. That's why we say that we are powered by the impacted first. But you can see for the other digital solution provider, actually they're not providing their knowledge to doing the transformation. Actually, the other digital solution provider are learning the footwear or apparel production process by leveraging outside consultants. So I think it's main different. Actually, we build our platform by our knowledge, learning the process, and also give you the outside consultant for the result. So we're doing the solid work, I can say, and also with our patented technologies. So I think more or less I answered the questions. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask me. And let me check, is there any second questions over there? Okay. Okay, yeah, so we have another questions. Another question is that, Fred, could you explain any feature surface that are unique or superior than other products in the market? Thanks for the questions. This is also a very good question as well. First, I think for Viaso Live, actually we already create our functionality roadmap. I think it will compass all area of the shop floor that need to be controlled and improved to arrive at the 21st century manufacturing performance. As the presentation, I already said that for MES, actually, we need a very high and sophisticated IT technology, and actually we are already there. So it means that how can improve and arrive at the 21st century manufacturing performance? I think there's several things. the first aspect make us more unique is actually we can provide the order state visibility, manufacturing meet time, the workers' productivity, including hand-body movement, light balancing downtime, whether this is the downtimes for the workers or for the machine, for the material, or for the train over. So tier 1 and tier 2 supplier traceability will be 100% for the product once it's tagged with the RFID. I think it's the whole ring is from the material until it is in the box. So it means that we can provide the full visibility for the whole workforce. And I think eventually that will allow any brand, retailer, or even the manufacturer itself to build a culture of the software transparency, because we always claim that transparency is very important. Without transparency, actually, you're in the black box. You don't know what kind of problem you are facing. So we're doing this way. And also, it can provide you chances for the continued improvement, and also gamification that will engage the heart and the minds of the factory workers and also middle management. It means that once we create a culture that everybody can see the things, everybody can see what's happening, this is from our experience, this is more easy to let from the worker to the middle management to involve in it, because we understand that in the past why some projects fail is because it's very difficult to ask from the top to down everybody involved in the same project. And now, of course, we need the support from the management, but also the tools is very important. And it is also proven we have the ability to help the industry to change. And actually, Viaso is doing the things. We are ready and we're doing. Okay, so let's see, is there any further questions? Okay, so for now, I don't see any new question yet. But if you have any other questions, please come back to me, and you can see my email. This is fkam, FKAM, at Viaso, VAESO.com. Again, I think thanks for the organizer, thanks for TESTEX, and thanks for everyone timing to join this webinar. Oh, I hope to see you soon. Okay, I hope everyone have a very good days and have a very good futures. Okay, see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Colin and Fred. Due to the limited time, we are not able to answer all of the questions today. If you still have other questions, you can contact the speaker directly after the webinar. Their contact information have been listed in the PPT just now. They are very happy to discuss with you afterwards. This concludes the TESTEX and Viaso sharing of today. Thank you again for joining our webinar today. Thank you. Bye.